Shalom. First of all, praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Makar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are learning truth and sincerity in the women and the children who follow. So I did want to just do a quick lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. I do believe it is a uh, important lesson to do and to speak about, which is basically watching your tongue, understanding what you're saying and really meaning what you're saying, letting your yay be yay, your nay be nay, but it goes way deeper than that. Understanding what you're saying when dealing with brothers, not only dealing with brothers, but dealing just period. Whether you're dealing with your boss, whether you're dealing with a two-third, your friends, your family, we be mindful of your tongue, basically. So we're going to start off at Matthew's the 15th chapter and the 11th verse. It says, "Not that which goeth into a mouth that defile a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man." Okay, and the disciples, then came his disciples and said unto him, "Knowest thou the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying?" Now, this is right after they were talking about washing their hands and things of that nature, um, which goes to the whole point. And we're going to jump down here, but the whole point of what Yahweh Shai was saying is, because you didn't wash your hands, that didn't defile the food that you were eating. He's not saying, you can eat unclean food and that won't defile you. That's not what he's saying. But he's saying because your hands might have been dirty, you know, what about when we're in the wilderness? Okay? When martial law is running rampant and things of that nature, and you might find a apple on a tree and there's no water to wash your hands. Is that apple gonna defile you? No. What he's saying is it's the things that come out of your mouth in which defile you. So we're gonna jump down and get that understanding. And as you can see, it says the heart of the man, the mind. Okay, this is Matthew 15:15. Then answered Peter and said unto him, "Declare unto us this parable." And Yahushua said, "Are ye also yet without understanding?" Like, bro, you don't understand what I'm saying? You don't understand either? Do not ye understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth and goeth into the belly, Slakia, and is cast out into the draught? So basically, you eat food and then it goes. You have a bowel movement and it was in the toilet. Uh, but those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile a man. So basically, if you're saying something, you mean it. Okay? They say a drunk man speaks a sober man's mind. So, one second. It's like I can forgive me, Baba Rashad. But as I was saying in Matthew 15 and 18, it says, "But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile a man." So what it's saying is basically your feelings, okay, your actual thoughts, and he goes forth and says, "For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, and blasphemies." So all that comes from your heart, your mind, your spirit. Okay, so if you are we're always in the spirit, whether you want to be in the spirit or not. Okay, your spirit is gonna speak expressively. All right, so if you want to commit adultery, your spirit, that's what your spirit wants to do. All right, so um that's what's going to come forth. You're going to speak it into existence, pretty much. All right, so if that's your evil thoughts, whatever you want to do that's non-scriptural, those things are going to come up out of you. So what he's saying is basically control yourself, stay under your body, as the scripture says. Okay, it says these are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defiles not a man. So basically, all these inner workings of a man is what defiles you. And we all know what our vices are. We all know the things that we are vulnerable to, that have a tendency to come out of us. So it's up to us to control our tongue, not only our tongue, to control our actions. Because, as he said, it's the heart of a man, the mind, the spirit. The spirit is what is gonna either defile, make you defiled, or make you go off, or it's gonna uh, basically it's gonna convict you, or it's gonna justify you. Your spirit is. Let's get a couple precepts. This is Matthew 12 and 36. It says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account of thereof in the day of judgment." So, if everything you say and really everything that you do, you're going to have to give account of. All right. There's no action that doesn't, or there's no sin that goes unpunished. Everything's going to have a repercussion, whether it be righteous or whether it be wicked. So it's very important for us to be on point, especially like I said, when dealing with Akim, when dealing with brothers, for you to be on point, for you not to have any maliciousness against a brother, for you to have love, for you to be understanding, for you to have charity. These things are which don't defile a man, but which validate a man. Okay, in the eyes of the Lord of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Uh, All right, this is Psalms 39 and 1. It says, Psalm of David, I said, I will take heed of my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with the bridle while the wicked is before me. So he said, not only his words, he said, I will take heed in my ways. So it's your actions, all right, that you need to take heed of as well. Not just, the words, or because people say, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, that's not true, because your words can hurt. Your words have consequences. Your words definitely play a big part in everything. Okay, so if you talking, I was talking with one of the brothers earlier about this. The things that you say, they give out a vibe, a vibration. Okay, so if you want to give out that vibration, you're going to get a certain energy back. And if you don't want that energy back, don't give out that vibration. A lot of people say stuff just for spite, or just to try to hurt you. Okay, but don't get in their spirit and then just say something to try to hurt them back. Because once it's been said, once it's out there, now it's out there. You can't take it back. This is Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. It's it's important for you to understand how um, vital it is to have a bridle tongue and to stay under your body. You could be in a situation with your boss, okay, and he might say something, or you ask you to do something that you doesn't sit right with you, or kind of turns you off or whatnot, and then you go off and say something to him. Now what? Now you're fired. And now you're gonna have to eat the fruit thereof. Now you're gonna have to find a job. You're gonna have to do all these things in order to maintain your lifestyle. Or you might run into somebody in the grocery store, and they might bump you or say something, and then you're having a bad day. You just got fired from your job, so he bumps you in the grocery store. And now you popping off to him, and who knows? He might fucking shoot you. It's a crazy world that we're living in. I'm not sure what's going on in your town, but it's a lot of judgment going on here in the state of Nebraska, man. Here in Omaha, all right. You got 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds getting killed left and right by 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-olds. So, I mean, you could be having a bad day, and one of these little monsters come back and take you out, all because of your tongue, because you couldn't stay under your body, because you couldn't bridle your tongue. All right. So wherever your mind is, that's where your spirit is going to follow. So it's definitely good to meditate on these scriptures and to um, have them forth in your mind so that you can give forth that good vibe, that good aura. You know, us as men of the Lord naturally have that good aura about us, so it's definitely imperative that we keep that going. This is the last scripture. This is Proverbs 21:23. So it says, "Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles." So if you keep your mouth and keep your tongue, you won't get fired. And Lord's will, that little monster don't bother you in the store. Or if you do, just let it go. It ain't that deep, you know. But overall, just wanted to say it's definitely important to understand the importance of uh, keeping a bridle tongue, keeping under yourself and your body, staying in your life, staying in your spirit, the true spirit, and not delving into those things which will defile you, which Yahweh Shai ran down. Those different fornications, evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, thefts, false witness, blasphemies, those things which come from the spirit, not the spirit of the Lord, but the spirit of that old nigga that's still inside you, that we all have inside of us, that we have to constantly beat down to, and expel. So with that being said, I hope you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Bashem Karkadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are there in the truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of face that follow. Shalom.